Is there really such a thing as a good atheist? Can atheists do anything pleasing before a holy God? In Proverbs 21:4, God says that even the plowing of the wicked is sin. And in Romans 14:23, for whatsoever is not of faith is sin. And in Hebrews 11:6, for without faith it is impossible to please God. Listen to this small illustration from Paul Washer.
You know, someone will always stand up in the middle of the auditorium and say, well, what about the good atheist? And I say, oh, I have no problem with him. He's going to heaven. And all the conservative Christians just get really spooky when I say that, till I explain myself. I say, oh, he's going to heaven. By the way, before you sit down, what's his name? What's whose name? The good atheist guy. I mean, I've been hearing about him at every university I've been speaking at, and I've never met this guy, nor does anyone have his name, nor his address. I mean, do you have his telephone number? No, and that's precisely my point. He's a figment of your own imagination. First of all, a good atheist doesn't exist. Doesn't exist at all. But here's a point that I always make with him. I said, imagine an atheist who has an atheist in Georgia has a man who hates him in Chicago. But the man in Georgia who's an atheist finds out his enemy in Chicago is dying. And there's only this one type of tree in Georgia that if you boil it down, you can get a broth out of it and it'll save his life. But the thing costs like $100,000. So the atheist, he sells everything he has and he buys the tree, boils down the broth, and then he walks all the way to Chicago, uphill both ways in a snowstorm, on his knees in broken glass. And he gets there to Chicago and he gives the bowl to the man and the man drinks it, his enemy drinks it, and the man is saved. I say, is that a good thing or is that sin? And everyone says, well, that's a good moral thing. I said, no, it is sin. And they say, how can it be sin? I said, because sin is not sin because of what it does to men, but the relationship it has with God. He did not do that for the glory of God. He did it for His own glory. He's an idolater. As a matter of fact, if He did do anything positive, it was by the common grace that was given Him, and the work that He did was not in His own power, but in God's power, and He's taking credit for what God did.